I don't know if you catch the parallel that's going on here in the Acts of the Apostles. Paul is saying farewell to the Ephesians. The Holy Spirit has spoken to him in some way to reveal that what awaits him is imprisonment and persecution when he goes to Jerusalem. And yet, he is choosing to go to Jerusalem. He is choosing obedience to God, even though he knows it will bring him suffering. Because he knows that when he is obedient to God, a greater good will come. Jesus also is saying farewell. What we're hearing today is the beginning of his high priestly prayer. And he too is saying farewell to his disciples. And he is praying for them. But he begins his prayer to the Father here. He's turned his prayer, I should say, to the Father. And he's speaking about glorifying. Father, the hour has come. Glorify your Son, that I may glorify you. I have glorified you, he says later on. And it reminds us a bit of the words of the Our Father, which we should be praying each day. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. May your name be held holy. We could say, may your name be glorified. And how is God's name glorified? It's through our words and through our actions. And so here we see that Jesus, through his life, has glorified the Lord, his Father, perfectly. St. Paul is glorifying the Lord by his life, and he will glorify it by his own sacrifice in his martyrdom. And we have the saints. Today we're celebrating St. Philip Neri, who also glorified the Lord with his life. And like both of them, St. Paul here speaks about, he's saying to them, I finished my race, that I've carried out the mission the Lord gave me, and that was to bear witness to the good news of Jesus Christ. I've carried out the mission. That's what he was sent to do. And he has done that to the best of his ability. Jesus has carried out his mission perfectly. And Philip Neri, in his time, did the same. And Philip Neri, he became a priest, but for 17 years, Philip Neri carried out the same mission by bringing the good news to people as a layperson. He wasn't a priest. And so the mission of going out and bringing the good news to others and glorifying God in our giving of that good news, in our witnessing through our words and actions, that isn't just for priests. It is also for you, for lay people, for ordinary people. And all the way through history, there are saints in abundance, saints that have been recognized by the church, and a vast number who haven't, who have done exactly that, in great ways, in small ways, in little words, in big words. Small things that have been done and said just to change people's hearts, and in changing one heart, changing history. And that you can do, I can do, any of us can do it. We can glorify God through our words and actions. It just takes that yes, that assent of the will to say, yes, Lord, send me. He is praying for you, Jesus. You are his. And he says, in them, in you, he will be glorified.